Hello everyone, today I'm going to show you some gameplay from both Dead by Daylight and Friday the 13th. For any of you who are on the fence about it, this is your chance to distinguish the difference between the two. While I do have a preference, for the sake of this video, I'm going to keep my opinion to myself. So let's get started, shall we? In Dead by Daylight, you have a selection of characters to choose from. Whether you're a survivor or a killer, they all have different abilities, or also known as perks, that over time you can share between them. Perks can increase your survivability or aid in generating more blood points per match. It depends on your playstyle and how gutsy you want to be. As you complete sessions and accumulate blood points, you can distribute them into a blood web. There you'll find perks and other rewards that you can earn and progress your level at the same time. Upon death or defeat, any items you take into a match you'll permanently lose unless you succeed. In-game, the killer has the advantage as far as speed, so you'll want to go in with something to pack a punch. The same applies for the opposite end of the spectrum. You never know what tricks the survivor can pull off to change the pace of the game. The premise of the game falls on survivors repairing generators. There is no time limit to any given game, so it all depends on each individual's skill set. When all of the generators have been successfully powered, the exit gates will open, allowing either for an escape or a daring venture to rescue a friend in need. As survivors repair generators, the killer will be in constant pursuit with the ability to know where said generators are. If you happen to be at one, you'd better run when they come along. To thwart the survivor's attempts to flee the experienced purgatory, the killer can damage generators by kicking or slashing them, reducing the progress made by those who were previously working on it. Be vigilant and active enough, and they won't get away. There are many options in navigating the in-world maps, and there are a fair few that are randomly chosen. My personal favorite is the Asylum, but I unfortunately did not have it pop while filming these segments. Every map is unique because it gives a different vantage point. Some will have more coverage and others will feel barren or risky with more open spaces than you're comfortable with. With the killer nipping at your heels, the objective can seem a daunting task. There are many avenues, though sometimes spaced apart, in which you can vault or throw a pallet down to create some distance. When you are injured, as you've now seen, you can also heal your friends as you happen to catch them stumbling along. The more teamwork, the quicker everything goes. You'll also want to be careful of traps. Getting caught in one could mean the end of you and your team, depending on a few factors. When you do fall to the killer, it's not a dead end. Not yet, anyway. You have, in essence, two lives when running around as the survivor. Being hooked the third time means instant death. Being down for the count and hoisted over a killer's shoulder, you have the option to wiggle out. Should you not make it and the timing is perfect, a friend might be able to assist if the killer comes across a pallet, throwing it down to temporarily stun them while you both make an escape. Sometimes you'll end up powering the exit gate only to realize someone got left behind. While it isn't always doable to rescue them, many have made the pursuit with a 50-50 chance. The game can feel like a battlefield a lot of the time, and you'll never know when you're going to make it out injured or meet your ultimate demise. Along your journeys, you'll have various options for cover, one such being lockers. Sometimes you can escape the killer by entering one before they catch up to you, but you ought to be careful they don't hear you. You'll also not want to remain in one place for too long, as you'll eventually have a nest of crows buzzing around your head calling your position aloud. If you're lucky after playing the martyr, you may still have a chance. On occasion, your luck may be good, and despite all odds against you, you'll still escape. Perhaps you free yourself from a hook or open a bear trap just in time to make a mad dash to the exit. Some other things you can do while playing are dismantling traps, cleansing totems, and creating distractions. But don't lose faith. More often than not, if you've planned it right and kept your eyes peeled, you'll still make it out alive. And if you've happened, for whatever reason, to not find the exit or everyone died, you still have the chance to find a hatch. Power down to 3 or 2 out of 5 generators and it will appear in an unknown location. The entity may have a sense of humor, but this is no doubt a game of wits and teamwork. Friday the 13th, we have a similar concept of escape. Much like Dead by Daylight, you have various characters and perks, although those abilities are shared the moment you achieve them, without needing to progress further into a level. As you build experience, you'll unlock characters over time, some more powerful than the default available to you in the beginning. Unlike Dead by Daylight, however, these characters will have different attributes and traits, such as stamina, stealth, strength, etc. They'll be good for different actions, making your time spent in game more precious as a team or a soloist. When you play as Jason, you have some interesting features to utilize, such as teleportation, grab, and a whole plethora of ways to murder someone, as well as always come out on top as the ultimate victor in hide and seek. Let's just say he has impeccable night vision and sensitivity. I suppose you could say it's a killer's wet dream of options. So, as a counselor, one of the first things you'll want to do is lock up each and every cabin you're in and loot, loot, loot. The more items you can achieve to get your desired result, the better chances you'll have at surviving. I personally always like to carry at least one healing spray and a pocket knife, with room for whatever else I can manage in my third slot. Of course, I'm not always that lucky with my searches, and the competition with other counselors can be fierce. While running around the camp, you'll be able to get your hands on a map. This is where you can keep an eye on what's going on, where everyone is, and what objectives have been fulfilled. At a later point, you can get a perk that starts you off with one, but in the meantime, you'll have to find one from a drawer in each and every game session. Some of the tasks that could aid either yourself or your team are to repair various means of escape. Those come in the form of a car, a boat, or the phone box so you can call the police. There's a lot in which you can interact with in this game, and if you're really feeling like a troll, you can even hurt, kill, and betray your own. Of course, there's no guarantee that will make you a friend of Jason. Each objective, particularly if it is mobile, like a boat or a car, will need fuel, a battery, or a propeller and keys, whereas a phone box will require a fuse for the broken box outside. There's nothing on the map to really indicate where you'll find that, so it's an exploratory mission where you'll try your damned hardest not to get caught. You'll also have the option to set traps to stall Jason. Where you choose to set it is up to you. It can be in or outdoors, wherever you think he may pursue you or someone else. Anytime you build fortifications, you gain more experience that will carry over to the completed match, regardless as to your life or death. Another cool feature are the Walkie Talkies, which let you communicate across the map, as opposed to when you are next to someone. By that, I mean in using voice chat. It really helps to coordinate amongst one another to test the viability of survival. As you may have seen already, there are ways to send Jason as you attempt to get away. Those will often stem from items such as flare guns, shotguns, and firecrackers. A pocket knife will save you if he happens to grab you, otherwise you're very likely to die. There are 4 modes of traversing the landscape: crouching, walking, jogging, and sprinting. You'll be less likely noticed while crouching or walking, as you'll emit less frequency to Jason than if you were jogging or sprinting. Over time, if you continue to jog or sprint, you'll run out of stamina. The more speed you use, the quicker you will become exhausted. Conserving this can be a matter of life or death, as you never know when Jason is turning the corner or coming up from behind. There are a few ways to hide in this game, which can be a tent, under a bed, or in a cupboard. Do be warned that he still has the ability to find you eventually, so I highly recommend staying on the move and stealthily at that. Whenever you do repair a boat or a car, you can ride it out of the area. Jason can still intervene by turning the vehicle over or slamming it down, depending on what you happen to be using. Whenever the cops are called, you'll have to run to the main road to whichever end the cops are waiting, and always be careful when throwing yourself through windows, as you can gravely injure yourself this way. As a last feature to mention, you can kill Jason, but it takes a few items and a certain amount of coordination. That about concludes the gist of each game. I hope you've enjoyed watching this and that it gives you a better idea of what you're getting yourself into. Have fun!
You need to get every last motherfucking cop out here to Camp Crystal Lake! Jason is here! Did you hear me? It's Jason! He's back!
Copy on neural therapy.
That's my good boy. Mommy has a reward for you. Come home, sweetie.